Welcome to Booklore. We are so thrilled that you're joining us today.
Yes, welcome back to the pod. We are Booklore podcast where we explore the literary universe one episode at a time.
Did I not say the word right?
Yeah, you did, but I also wanted to say it. Okay, so let me.
You're like, I've got a better way to say it.
Forget that. Listen to me and me only.
Okay, no, it's good.
No, we're back.
Say that. What's that catchphrase again? Exploring the literary world,
Universe.
one word at a time. No.
Exploring the
close.
literary universe,
Yeah.
one episode at a time, because this is a podcast episode.
Oh, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I
You
understand it.
picking up what I'm putting down?
I do.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, welcome.
So this is episode number 2.
Yeah.
We've made it.
Here we are.
We finally
We
have
did the
made
thing,
it.
you know, we put the first one out there. You're following us on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And if you're not, what are you even doing? You're
That's right.
following us on the Fable app.
Yes. Why the Fable
Sarah
app, though?
and Rob separately, but also
Booklore Reader Society.
Booklore Reader Society, our virtual book club, and we are reading Third Wife of Faraday House.
Yes.
So make sure that you are reading with us, that
And
you've
ready to
gotten your
go.
book,
Let's
that
go.
you're reading.
And engaging with us over
Yeah,
there.
please. It's
Say
so
the-
fun.
say the things.
The point of Booklore
Ask the
is
questions.
exactly. The point of Booklore is we're talking about books, but
community,
also we
community,
want
community.
to build community of readers and book lovers and storytelling lovers,
And writers.
all the things.
And
And we
writers.
could do that so easily on the Fable app. So
Yeah.
make sure you do that.
Let's
Fable
go.
app has not sponsored us yet, but who knows? Maybe one day.
Shocking that they
Maybe.
haven't.
It's it sounds like they are and they haven't. But we love Fable, so
Fable.
join us there in our book club.
100%.
Yes. Okay, so today's very exciting. I
Thrilling.
am stoked for this, Rob, because
Why? Why are you so stoked?
let me tell you,
Oh, I know.
love this book.
Yeah.
I love this book.
It made you fall in love with books again or something.
It did.
Yeah.
After I kind of like stepped away from
What
reading
made
for
you
a
hate
little bit.
books?
Nothing made me hate. I just got too busy, and then I was like
Yeah.
in the biggest, longest reading slump that lasted.
Okay, wait a second. What was a reading slump for you?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you read like 7,000 books
Yeah.
a year.
Oh, so
it's like, I only read a book a week or something.
No, a reading slump for me is when I read and I just can't connect. It like repeatedly. So like I start a book, okay, so I put it away.
Okay.
Then I pick another one.
Is
I'm
that
like,
when you read The
"What?"
Hobbit?
No,
Oh,
it was
okay.
just a regular day.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a reading slump for me. And
Oh.
sometimes reading slumps happen when I have a book hangover.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So off of what
So,
book?
A book hangover would be a book that I just loved so much that I
Yeah.
didn't want to end, and then it ended, and then I was like, what am I gonna do? It's very similar to like a TV show hangover. Like you watch a whole TV series, and then it's on, and you're like, how am I supposed to say goodbye? That's a book hangover to me.
Okay.
I don't know if it is to you who are listening out there. Tell us, what is a book hangover to you?
Yeah, like so when I can't connect with the next book because the other one before it was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a book hangover.
I think that happened after reading Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah.
Because it did, because I went into reading The Nightingale.
Oh, yes,
Right?
by Chris and Hannah.
And I was like, this is trash. I couldn't. And I was like going to DNF it, right?
Oh,
But then
my
I gave
gosh.
it like 6 months, went back, and I was
back.
like, this is a really good book.
So good. Yeah. See, sometimes they don't hit like that because of the book hangover.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
You know what I am right now mad about, though?
What?
Is that yesterday I didn't say A Man Called Ova is one of my favorite books of all time, or The Tattooist of Auschwitz.
On the last episode? Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay.
I'm throwing those in
No,
there
they're-
right now.
they're throwing them. That is a great book. I would also say, so The Man Called Ova is written by Frederick Bachman.
He's hilarious.
He is an amazing writer. Anxious People is another great novel of his. My favorite of his is Beartown. You should read Beartown. It's like about this
I haven't read Beartown.
like small town, small
Where bears are?
community. No. And it's a hockey town.
Are they called
and
the Bears?
And then no. And then there's like a can you just listen? No. And then there's like a sexual assault that happens and it's
Why do I
just
wanna read
it's
this
really
book?
good because it's the way that he writes characters and the human experience and grief and just it's just so good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, all that to say, what
What?
was I even saying before we got sidetracked?
We're-
Oh
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm very excited about today.
You are.
Because you are reading one of my favorite
I
book
am.
series.
I am.
And I'm so interested to see what you have to say. But we are talking about book number 1.
Yes.
And the ACOTAR series, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. If you're on the video, you can see I'm holding it up because I love it.
Okay.
So please, okay, let's give them a quick synopsis of what this book. Now, it's a first book in a series, so
I'm
we
nervous
can't give
about
too
the
much away.
synopsis
So
'cause
let's
it's
just
it's insanity.
give them
Okay.
a quick. Yeah, there's a lot going
very,
on.
very quick. You have a 19-year-old girl, Feyre.
Yep.
Right, and she's like down and out in the woods, right, trying to get like food for her
Food for her
sisters,
family. Yeah, they're
right?
struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they're humans. And then she shoots a wolf one day with her bows and arrows.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
like Katniss Everdeen, if you
yeah,
will.
totally, right? Well, when does a female heroine not have a bow and arrow? Honestly. Anyways, so so she kills not just a wolf. It wasn't a wolf. It was a fairy. Right?
Yeah,
And so then
fae.
boo, fairy comes and gets her, takes her off for some odd reason to this magical kingdom that's just north of the human land.
Yep.
And it's called Prithian.
At the end. Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Where she has to decide if she wants to stay
Yep.
or die, essentially. So
And in
so
Prithian,
she
there's
stays.
high fae. There's
Yeah.
high fae there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody knows. Yeah, high fae.
Well, they might not know.
Hey,
So we're just
high
gonna tell
fae,
them.
pole
Yeah.
vaulters, whatever, right? So, I know nobody will get that.
Nobody's
but
gonna
me
get
and
that, but
you,
we got
so,
it. We're
yeah,
locked in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this the whole thing is like the unfolding of a relationship between her and the guy who
Tamlin.
essentially kidnaps her.
Yeah.
And
Love that.
yeah.
Tamlin. Yep.
Yeah, and then that's it. I don't. Do we need to say more? No.
No.
Read the book.
Yeah. Like we'll talk about the book. So obviously there's gonna be spoilers in
Yeah.
here. If you haven't read this book yet,
Yeah, don't listen.
sorry. Just skip
Or
to like
do, and then you don't have to read it.
or that, but I would highly suggest reading it. But yeah, so we're always going to be talking about the book, so a little spoiler alert, if you will.
Yeah.
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 Okay, great.
Hmm.
So I would love to know, Rob, your thoughts on this book, because have you ever read like a romantasy book
No.
before? This is your first. This is your stepping stone into the romantasy world.
Yeah.
Okay, and how do you feel about romantasy as of right now?
Okay, listen.
Are you obsessed? Are you in love?
Oh,
Do you
gosh,
hate
no.
it? Is it
No.
amazing? Was it breathtaking? Was it life-changing? Did it
I believe
breathe
there was
life in
one
you?
point that I told you, like halfway through a book, I could go back to it and I'll like it,
Yeah.
but like I really don't care if I do at the same time. Okay, so I want to talk
It's
about the
not a
really, really good
great-
things. The
okay.
really good things. I think she builds a beautiful world.
Yeah, Sarah J.
Right?
Maas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the author.
Yeah, so she does
Great
a
world
great
building.
job with world building.
Yeah.
She has interesting sort of, it's not physics, but like the physics of her magic, the
Mm-hmm.
sort of way she creates all of the different abilities for the fairies, the high fae, the different sort of bad guys throughout.
The
She doesn't
different
really,
courts, the different courts in the world.
So
yeah.
and she painted a really great picture of the land when Feyre
yeah.
goes there. So
Yeah.
like I was like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, like the spring court.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
So I think she was really good at that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
What did you think about her world building?
Great.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Simple. It wasn't too complicated for me.
Oh gosh.
It wasn't too overly descriptive, a la The Hobbit.
Oh,
Everything's
yeah.
very different books. I'm just saying. I am not a like high fantasy reader. Like I don't read a lot of fantasy. If I'm reading fantasy, it must be sprinkled with romance. It's a necessity. It's a need. It's not a want. It's a need for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's just fantasy and there's no love, there's no romance, there's no like, what am I rooting for? I mean, other than her probably saving the whole planet and whatever.
So like,
but,
did you hate Frozen when it was no romance, but it was a story of the love between
no,
sisters?
but there was always romance there because
Oh,
they
yeah,
were
there
always
was
hinting at Kristoff. Don't
So
disrespect
that was more
him.
important to you than the loves of the sisters?
No, it wasn't. But it keeps me drawn, and that's different. That's a Disney movie,
I know, it's a
animated
story
Disney
still.
film. But like, if I'm reading, I need a sprinkle of romance.
Like
okay?
every book you read has to have romance?
a little bit. Not every book. I know what I'm getting into,
Yeah.
depending on the genre, right?
So like,
if
you're
gonna
reading
read a
Tattooist
memoir,
of
it's like,
Auschwitz,
I don't
you're
need
like, I need a good...
I need a little bit of romance in there, especially in that book, because gosh darn, is it sad?
Yeah, okay.
I need something to hold on to hope for.
Okay, what else do you like in writing? like in a story. In a story.
Oh, in hers.
Besides romance.
Oh, in writing. I need
because right now it sounds like
feel-
romance is the glue that holds all books together
No,
for you.
I need to feel connected to a character,
Yes.
or at least be rooting for a character. I like when there is a character that will get redemption.
Oh, I love
Like
that too.
a
redemption arc. I
A
love
redemption arc. I love.
that. Okay, now let's put that into romance.
Yeah.
So you like it when the bad boy is actually not the bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, and it's just like my friend's always like, "How many books can you read like that?" Because really, like, you know what's going to happen.
So I'm exactly okay. Go on.
I can read them all, and I will eat them up. I will gobble that up.
That's your
I just
formula.
love it.
That's your formula.
That's my honestly, I am a romance author's like
You know what? There's nothing
marketing
wrong with that.
dream. Marketing dream. Tessa Bailey, marketing
I
dream.
think there's a lot of people who like romance too.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
something to hope for. It's like it's a
And
feel good.
I actually really love a love story
yeah
in there.
Yeah,
I don't like drivel, so I
Yeah.
don't want it to be sopping with
yeah.
like, oh. Anyways,
Well,
yeah. So yeah.
yeah.
Now,
yeah.
I found the story with her and Tamlin to be very interesting.
In what way?
I never liked him. You know who
Tamlin.
I pictured with him?
Who?
I pictured the Beast in human form from Beauty and the Beast the whole time.
Oh yeah.
I just pictured that prince or that king, and I've
you're
always thought he was
really
a dud.
you're not really into Tamlin in book
No.
one. Okay.
No,
Interesting.
not really into him. Now, that being said, I'm not really into Rhysand either
Okay.
because I can't stand his name. Who
What?
names their kid Rhysand?
I mean,
I like Rhys.
It's a
Love
it's
Rhys.
a fantasy book, so
Yeah,
like
but
you're
it's
gonna have different
Rhysand.
names.
And
Who
I have to
names
keep
their kid
saying,
Feyre?
What? I don't know.
Right?
But who? Rhysand's just so much worse, especially when you can just call him Rhys the whole time. You just start calling him Rhys.
Well, just call him Reese in your head.
I can't because I see all the letters.
Oh, I called him Reese right away. I said we are on a nickname basis because I love you.
Because I love you. I'm trying to think of how it fully ended there.
Like the book.
Book one,
Yeah.
yeah. Because like
They were,
here's the full
Under the mountain.
here's the full disclosure. I'm actually like on book 3 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I do remember saying to you after book 1,
Yep.
this is what I think is going to happen.
Yes.
And I believe I nailed it.
You absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you
I said-
absolutely nailed it.
I said I think
I think.
I did.
Yeah.
This is what I said. I said, I think Rhysand
Yeah.
is actually her love interest, and there's some weird connection that they're going to have
Yes.
that means that they're like essentially soulmates on some level.
Right.
And then I went and read the second book, and we found something out that was something like that anyway.
Yeah.
So Rhysand, found the character interesting. I just don't care about him.
About him?
Yeah. Like...
Why do you think that is?
he's a Warner Brothers character. So it's like,
Warner Brothers?
yeah, or
Like
the
the
CW. So like,
Oh,
and they
no.
kind of all are like,
Not the CW.
So, like, yeah, I mean, so I'm going to date myself here, but like Vampire Diaries
Yeah.
gives me that. It
Yeah.
gives me, what's the other one called? The Forevers. No, the others.
The Eternals?
The Eternals. Thank you.
One of those words. Yeah.
yeah.
Eternals. Yeah.
So it just gives me those vibes. It's just like, here's
Yeah,
a book
I
where we're
can
going to bring
see
a whole
that.
lot of beautiful people together and we're going to be beautiful in this beautiful land.
Well,
So
it is a
I
fantasy.
just, there's not a character that, except for Lucian. I think Lucian is like,
He intrigues you the most?
he intrigues me.
Me
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me as well.
I can't put my finger on it though.
I was instantly drawn to him.
yeah.
And I don't really know why, but I think because we want to know more of his story. Like we get glimpses of him and we're just kind of like,
Yeah.
huh.
And there's something
why
wrong
are
with him.
you and like why are you so loyal to Tamlin?
Yeah. There's
who's,
something wrong
like,
with him, right? And so
yeah.
you're like, what's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
But like, this is you.
What the
I
heck,
think
man?
it's part of that redemption arc thing, though, because you're like
Yeah.
already looking for the person who's like, oh, who's
Yeah.
going to be the one that in the end is like actually really cool,
Yeah.
right? So
or like who can I help?
I want, and who can I root for?
Who can I root for?
Yeah.
Who can I help?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like he needs a hug.
Yeah.
Like a really good, caring, like, you need a hug, my
Yeah.
friend, you know?
yeah.
Sweet boy.
Yeah.
Love
So,
him.
Who's your favorite character?
So, not to be basic, obviously Rhysand. I love Rhysand.
Okay, what do you love about him?
I love that he is not what you think he is, or he comes across a very certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But as you read the books and you
Mm-hmm.
go on, you're like, oh, that's exactly why you are that way.
Mm-hmm.
And there's reasons for it, and there's so many layers to him. There's a lot of layers to him. I think we could probably see the same thing with Lucian as well. There's like layers to it. And just for the heck of it, I really love Cassian. I think he's a good time. I think he's hilarious.
Is he in book one?
Yeah.
Oh, at the end. No,
Yeah.
is he?
Oh no, I think I may have skipped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's
in
in
book
the
one.
second book. Okay, we'll get to that in the next book, but he's
So-
another favorite of mine.
Just unhear that.
Yeah, pretend that never happened.
And this is tough. This is tough
yeah,
because we've actually
read, but-
further.
Yeah,
Um,
I will say when I read this book before Rhysand was ever in the picture, I liked Tamlin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, and I said, "Oh, okay,
I
like,
did-
I'm on board for this." It is. You're right. It is giving a little Beauty and the Beast esque.
Yeah. I was just always
but-
kind of like, eh.
Yeah, that's who I was rooting
But
for. the
I
romance.
was kind of like that with Feyre too, though. So it's just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't love Feyre.
Yeah.
I know she's like the main heroine of this story and this book. I personally don't feel connected to her.
Yeah. Me either.
Yeah.
Me
I don't.
either. And
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. I don't know if she like when you think of like something like the Hunger Games, right?
Yeah.
You love Katniss because you see her relationship with her sister.
Yes.
She does something bold and
Yeah.
selfless. And
Yeah. Puts herself on
While-
the line.
while Feyre is
Does
sort
in
of
a
bold,
certain way.
Yeah, because
Does
she
in a
she
certain
gets
way.
them their food.
Yeah, she does it in a
just
certain way.
is sort of annoying. I don't know.
Yeah.
She doesn't do something that endears me to her.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. I
So-
don't feel that connection that I would need with a.
And then when she gets into the other land, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like,
What do you mean?
well, she's just so stubborn about literally everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that they could just step on you if
Yeah.
they wanted to. But of course they don't, because I'm sure she's CW level pretty.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, and she's just so like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to save this. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell you this right now, friends. I'm going to tell you this right now. If someone was to come to me and say, you're going to leave your family, you got to go to the spring court, you got to go under the mountain, and you're going to save all these people who you don't know
Mhm.
in a land of high fae that
Mhm.
you have been taught your whole life is just bad and it's not real and all those
Mhm.
things. Like, do you think Sarah, am going to be like, I volunteer. Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
I'm going to save all these people. Absolutely not. I'll be looking around. Who's going? Who's going to do that? It ain't me. I don't know any of you people.
Exactly.
I am not a heroine.
But she was so in love
I'm
with
a heroine.
Tamlin, right?
So in love with
exasperatedly
Tamlin
in love with Tamlin.
after like a second of meeting him.
Now, I forget, were there sex scenes in the first book?
Not really. I don't think
Okay,
so.
yeah, and I think that's why it was one of my more favorite books.
Maybe lightly salted, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Lightly seasoned, whereas some of the books.
Okay, so
is
here's what I want to know.
the full seasoning bottle.
Her writing.
Yeah.
What do you think
Sarah
of it?
Jones. Okay, so I am not like a critique person, like a critic for writing. So to me, I thought she was fine. Like I thought she was good. Again, I don't read like high fantasy. I have friends who read high fantasy and they're like, this is the worst ever. And I'm just like, I thought it was so good. I was like enamored, captured right away. For me, I thought great writing, excellent world building.
Yeah.
Like excellent in that. I enjoyed it. I enjoy writing. You are a little bit more. You have that je ne sais quoi.
No,
you have
I don't-
that
I don't-
like.
No, I don't want to like pretend to be
No, I'm
some
not
like,
saying like you're this like pretentious, like amazing.
and I
critic.
don't have like some what I know what I like to hear and what I don't like to hear from
Yeah.
me. Right? Doesn't
I
mean
feel
she's
like
a
you
good or a
just
bad
have
writer.
more
I don't
knowledge
like
than
some
I
of the
do.
words and descriptive words that she uses.
Give me an example.
Oh,
here.
the purring, the constant flipping purring.
of Tamlin.
I don't know, whatever dude's talking, and she's like,
Yeah.
he purred, and he purred,
It's-
and then he purred again, and
Yeah.
purr,
So
purr,
is
purr.
that's supposed to be like sexual? Is this supposed to be sexual?
Then these people are just walking around horny all the time because, like, literally all they ever do is purr.
It's a Sabrina Carpenter song out
Anyways,
here. Yeah.
it's
Just the purring.
So it was really
what
funny because
about a
we spoke
growl?
with a fun friend
Yeah.
who also loves this book, and
Loves
we're
this book.
hoping to have her on the podcast
Yeah,
down the road.
yeah.
And she said this great line to me. She said, "Rob, you're imagining wrong."
I love that.
And then later on, she sent me a GIF of a guy purring, and I was like, it's like, okay, like I can't think. I mean, for me, growl or something would be better.
Me too.
The purring. Anyways, there's other words.
Like descriptive words?
Yeah,
okay.
I just don't love. There's times
Like overly?
All I can say right now, because now I'm going to be talking about book 2 or 3 when I had word problems. And, okay.
Yeah.
All I know is there's a number of times where I went, what?
Yeah.
Like, why did you write that? And it was a number of
But
times.
isn't that part of the fun?
No.
Of being like,
what?
huh? Like, huh? What's going on here?
No, it wasn't like, why did you write that? That's shocking. It was like,
why did you write that? That's stupid.
just why did you choose that?
Yeah.
Like wasn't there something better?
Yeah.
Is there a better way to say that? Oh, no, that was a different book.
Yeah.
So anyways,
So is that also the editor's fault of the book then?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And there's other things I think in the other books where it was a little bit more editor issue that like, editors should have caught this.
Right.
But she's also being accessible, and I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
It just meant that I've read accessible writers who didn't make me stop and go, what? Like, really?
Right.
So I don't love Harry Potter.
Right.
But there's not a time when I read
take.
J.K. Rowling where I was like, why did you write it that way?
Right, yeah.
Like, why did you use that word?
Yeah.
Is that word what you think it means? You know, like. So,
do you know what you're writing? Yeah.
No, and I don't think that Sarah J. Maas did any of that. But
okay, interesting.
But I never ran into
Okay.
that with her, and she wrote something accessible for people.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I
This
mean?
like blew up on Book Talk. Like blew up. There's a hardcore fan base. Even I would say even like a la like Harry Potter that there's so many people that love it and like resonate with it. And
are there a lot of people who don't like it?
There's a good chunk of people who don't like it. Yeah.
And those are the hoity-toities?
No, I would say they're probably just more of like they read high fantasy, not romantasy.
Okay.
And what I've seen out there anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about rating because we are going to rate the books that we read as we go along this podcast.
Yeah.
And we have a rating system. So in our rating system, we're taking into account like writing style, plot pace, if you feel attached to characters, like just those are some things that we're doing. And so we're going to do a 5-star scale.
Yeah.
So 1 being like absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then 5 being like best thing I've ever read or like pretty up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
So
you go first.
Should I give my rating first?
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sarah and I give ACOTAR book number 1 stars. I'm going to give out of 5. I'm giving this a 4, baby.
Okay.
Because I was so like captured by it and I couldn't put it down. I just like, I had to read. I stayed up late. I like lost sleep. I was like, I need to know what happens next. And then I immediately finished this book and went out and bought the next one immediately because I was like, I'm in. And so I think just the feelings of like, oh yes, it's a 4-star for me.
Okay.
For sure. What about you?
Well, let me hold the book now.
Yeah, you got to hold it up.
My name's Rob.
That's right.
And I give this, so we're saying 3 is good, 4 is excellent, 5 is the best book ever written.
Yeah. Well.
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Okay.
So it's
not bad.
It's pretty good. Like, I actually did really enjoy the part under the mountain, and I thought that was really smart how she did that.
That was a great part.
I love the world. Like, I actually really love the world building. I love the different factions of fairies and their different courts. I love that. It would be better for me if she wrote like Delia Owen, and I don't like the schmutzy schmalpy stuff so much.
Yeah.
And I don't honestly think that a good romance has to have nauseating language.
Like spice?
No, nauseating language, like purring.
Like purring.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like, so
That's fair.
To me, purring is like moist or
ew, I hate
yeah,
that.
or
I
the
hate
other
that you said
words that are like that, and I'm not going to use them. Right? Exactly. That's what. So
yeah, I'm not a purr. I'm more of like a growl.
Yes,
give me a little Henry Cavill in The Witcher.
Yeah, give me a Henry Cavill in The Witcher. No, but I would rather it be called a growl.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And that's it, right? But I think it's good. I love that it actually probably bridges the gap for a lot of people who wouldn't be fantasy readers.
Yep.
And
that's me, because I've never really read any kind of fantasy.
Now this is not on the literary scale as important as The Hobbit.
Okay.
Or The Lord of the Rings. But
I can get on board with that. I can understand that. Because that's fantasy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Is that high fantasy?
I don't know. You use all these terms, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's medium fantasy.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
so people can murder me for that one, but like,
fantasy.
I'll read a book and then be like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that was pretty moderate fantasy I just read.
Medium level. Okay, beautiful.
No.
Okay.
So 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
You know what? That is giving me hope for the next books. Maybe we'll climb. Your ratings will climb. Maybe we'll get to a 5-star. A 5-star gal like ACOTAR, but who knows?
I don't even think I give J.R. Tolkien 5 stars.
You didn't?
I wouldn't
even
give him 5
though that's like
stars.
one of your
I
favorite.
give him like 4 point up there.
Did you give Where the Crawdads 5 stars? I sure did.
Okay,
I'm loosey goosey with the stars though.
If there was a 5-star book to be had right now for me, it's that one, yeah. But like,
interesting.
It's almost like it could be pushed down to a 4.9 if something greater comes out. It needs to be flexible.
I think I'm a little too star happy.
Well, here's the thing about
I'm
stars.
like, yeah,
here's the thing about our stars.
Yeah.
When we first started doing this, I just thought in Amazon reviews. Like, that's how I thought of stars. So I don't order anything that's under 4 stars. So to me on Amazon, everything under 4 stars is trash.
Yeah, crazy.
Right? Would you buy something from Amazon that was 3.5 stars?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, if the packaging was nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I'm a marketer's dream.
Yeah. Okay, well, I wouldn't. If I see it's 3.9, it's like, this is trash.
Even if it's something I wouldn't even need or I don't want to know what it is, if it has nice packaging, I said, I need that. I
think we just opened up
it's
a
a
whole
problem.
can.
It's, you know what? It's giving a me problem. So we're just going to skirt right past that.
And you got somebody you're talking to about all that. So
Yeah, my therapist.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3.4, 3.5, 4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah.
Okay, and so we're going to check in with book two
two.
in a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Next episode is going to be a fun little chatty. We're going to be talking about unpopular book opinions. So here's what we want you to do. We want you to go to our Instagram page. And we're going to have a little comment box in our stories. And we want you to share your unpopular book opinions. And we're going to read them out on the episode.
So put them on there, please.
Please put them on there. We want to hear from you. And we will, because we're going to air our episode, but we're going to go back and we're going to read people's opinions.
Okay. I was like,
yes.
Okay.
We're going to go back and we're going to read them.
We're going to go back in time.
We're
actually going to
read them
in our DeLorean.
Yeah.
And we're going to plug the flux capacitor in. We're going to go back a couple of weeks. No, I mean, we're going to shoot that episode right away.
Yes. But we're going to read them for the in a few episodes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Rob, stick with me.
Well,
okay?
you just went on this whole tangent, so I'm just along for the ride. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, and remember that we have our book club pick over at Booklore Reader Society on the Fable app. Join our virtual book club. It's not too late to join. You can hop in. You can read the book. It's going to be amazing.
Say that book again.
Third Wife of Faraday House.
That's right.
That's what we are reading.
Yep.
And then we're going to give you some updates about what's coming up in the next episode.
All good things.
Yeah, all good things. All good things, as Olaf would say.
Yes, I love Olaf.
I know, me too.
Little Norwegian snowman.
Cutie.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, that's a good place to end, isn't it?
It is. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
And we'll catch you next episode.
And I love you.